Prescription Drug Abuse by Sharon Mammoth, Catherine Long, Rosemary Lopez, and Ashley Kelly. What is prescription drug abuse? It is when a person uses a prescription drug without having the prescription for the drug. It is when a person uses it for the high it gives. It is also when a person does not use it for what it is prescribed for. Finally, it is when the person takes more than what the doctor prescribes. Why do people abuse prescription drugs? They like the feeling and sensation the drug gives them. They use the drug to lessen anxiety, worries, fears, depression, and hopelessness. They think it will help them lose weight. Some people even think it will help them study better. And finally, people use the drugs to fit in with their peers. What causes drug abuse and chemical addiction? Dopamine is a chemical in the brain that provides different functions including motivation, movement, reward, and addiction. Almost all drugs of abuse directly or indirectly increase dopamine in the pleasure and motivation pathways, and in so doing alter the normal communications between neurons in the brain. How many people in the United States have used drugs non-medically? In 2011, 52 million people aged 12 and older had used prescription drugs non-medically at least once in their lifetime. 6.2 million people in the past month. The effects of prescription drugs in the United States affect people of all ages. Prescription drug abuse is linked to a variety of health problems, including HIV, AIDS, cancer, heart disease, and much more. It is linked to crime, violence, and homelessness. Therefore, prescription drug abuse and addiction is very costly for the individual and society. Abuse of prescription RX drugs affect young adults, ages 18 to 25 most. 3,000 young adults died from RX drug overdose in 2009 to 2010, a 250% increase from 1999. That means 8 people per day had overdosed. Where are prescription drugs obtained? 0.3% are bought on the internet, 1.9% are from more than one doctor, 2.2% is other, 3.9% drug dealer or stranger, 16.6% bought or took from a friend or relative, 18.1% got from one doctor, 54.2% free from friend or relative. The most common types of prescription drugs abused: opioids, central nervous system, CNS depressants, sedatives and tranquilizers, stimulants. Opioids abused: oxycodone, oxycontin, hydrocodone, Vicodin, meperidine, Demerol. Opioids. These types of drugs are used for treating pain. The dangers of them: decreased cognitive thinking, experience mood swings, decreased respiratory function, can cause comas and even death. When people mix other substances with opioids, they can increase their chances for all 4 listed. Opioid pain relievers prescribed in the United States has increased a lot in the past 25 years. Opioids has escalated from 76 million in 1991 to nearly 207 million in 2013. The most common types of CNS depressants abused: sedatives and tranquilizers, diazepam, Valium, alprazolam, Xanax, pentobarbital, sodium, Nembutal. CNS depressants, sedatives, and tranquilizers. This type of drug is used for the treatment of anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia. The drug slows down brain activity. The dangers of this drug are mixing other substances with this type of drug can slow the heart down and even make it stop beating. It is important that a person wean themselves off this type of drug to prevent seizures. Some of these types of drugs can be over-the-counter medications, but most of them need a prescription from a doctor. The most common stimulants abused. amphetamine, dextroamphetamine, Adderall, methylphenidate, Ritalin, dextroamphetamine, dextrogene. Adderall, made with amphetamine. Stimulants. These types of drugs are used for raising psychological or nervous activity in the body, generally used for treating narcolepsy and ADHD. Dangers from this stimulant are irregular heartbeat, seizures, heart failure, high body temperature. The sensation of the drug becomes greatly desired, and it can be a hard habit to break for many people. Signs and symptoms of prescription drug abuse: loss of interest in appearance, sports, or social activities, cash, values, or medication missing from home, sudden changes, deceitful and secretive behavior, irregular schedule, sleeping excessively or at typical times. What can we do about prescription drug abuse? Follow disposal guidelines, talk to your kids, take advantage of community take-back programs, seek treatment and support individuals in the recovery. The National Drug and Control Strategy includes 4 major areas. Education is the first important step to tackle the problem. Educating parents, youth, and patients about the dangers of abusing prescription drugs. Monitoring. Implement prescription drug monitoring programs, PDMPs, in every state to reduce doctor shopping and diversion. Enhance PDMPs to make sure they can share data across states and can be used by health providers. Proper medication disposal. Develop convenient and environmentally responsible prescription drug disposal programs. Enforcement. Provide law enforcement with tools necessary to eliminate improper prescribing practices and stop pill mills. What are pill mills? It is a term mostly used by local and state investigators to describe a doctor, clinic, or pharmacy that is prescribing or dispensing powerful narcotics inappropriately or for non-medical reasons. Signs to look for when talking about pill mills: they only accept cash, no physical exam is given, you must use their pharmacy, they have security guards, they only treat pain with pills. There may be a huge crowd of people waiting to see the doctor. Legal ramifications. Willingly obtaining or stealing prescription drugs is a felony, punishable by prison. Driving under the influence of prescription drug is a crime. Criminal prosecution and financial liability are highly likely in cases of negligence regarding prescription drugs. Who must register with the Drug Enforcement Administration? DEA. All health professionals licensed to dispense, administer, or prescribe these substances. Pharmacies authorized to fill prescriptions. All businesses that import, export, manufacture, or distribute controlled substances. Hollywood's abuse of prescription drugs. Marilyn Monroe died in 1962. Judy Garland died in 1969, Elvis Presley died in 1977, Anna Nicole Smith died in 2007, and Michael Jackson died in 2009. Do you know someone that has a problem with prescription drugs? There are many kinds of treatments that can help someone. There are also self-help groups in your community that could help. Be truly concerned with their problem and let them know that you care. Don't enable their behavior and set boundaries. Let them know it's okay to ask for help. Everyone needs help for some reason or another in their lifetime. Accept the fact that the person will have to want to change. Most importantly, remember we only have the ability to change ourselves and not others. Something to think about. There's not a drug on earth that can make life meaningful, by Sarah Kane. Our references.